This might look like something small in the grand scheme of things, but MMA YouTube was just brought to a brand new level the other night or the other weekend when the MMA Guru, Lucas Tracy MMA, and Bedtime MMA did a color commentary collab together. For stream numbers, supposedly, as I have up on a tweet here, this apparently broke records, and I've been watching clips. They did a phenomenal job together, and I wanted to make a really quick video and talk a little bit about the potential for the future of these kinds of things, and I would love to know what you guys think about this as well down below. Hello everybody, and welcome back to another video. If you are new here, my name is Kyle. I am your guy with many YouTube channels. Let's talk about the potential for these guys together. Like I said, man, the tweet looked really good from MMA Guru. He's happy about it. So, again, guys, you took three of the literal, biggest names in the MMA YouTube space, sliced them together while doing a commentary for a UFC fight night, and to be honest with you guys here, I fully expected this to be successful. While I personally still like watching the main UFC commentary, it's just what I have on, I have enjoyed going back and looking at these things like, the clips compilations and things like that have been getting uploaded. Like, hey, these three talking about this particular thing that happened on the UFC fight night. That's the type of things that I've been interested in. And guys, these three guys offer something that mainstream sports commentators and MMA commentators in general with the UFC do not. First off, they are just as good at commentating as most of the professionals are. They are very involved with the sport, and it's evident that they absolutely do know what they're talking about and what they're watching. But what separates them from their competition is that they are connected with the people. They know all of the trending memes. They know all of the, inside jokes of the internet, and they are able to tap into a little bit of, a special bit of something that the mainstream UFC commentators just can't. So you have a really nice mixture here of just professionalism, but at the same time, it's also just entertaining. And this really works for a UFC Fight Night card that people might not necessarily be hyped up about. It is an excellent additional option of entertainment, and it's evergreen as well. How often do you go back and watch clips from commentators of the UFC? Maybe a Joe Rogan clip, but you don't, with small exceptions of virality, right? Clips from one singular stream that these three did together will last forever, and it's something that a lot of us actually would probably like to go back on and watching. This was big enough that the UFC had to have paid attention, man. A ton of fighters know about the MMA Guru in general, and it wouldn't shock me if the UFC has also been paying attention to him. In a perfect world, okay? And I know it's a little bit unrealistic, and I mentioned this in a video that I made, the Complete Guide to Fixing MMA, where we break down every single issue in MMA and the UFC and how to fix that. I brought up the idea of having a diverse set of commentators and analysts, and at the very least, analysts if you don't like the idea for commentators. And both Lucas and Guru were brought up in that video. There are a lot of people in this YouTube space that have been involved with MMA themselves, and they have, quite frankly, guys, demonstrated a knowledge about the sport and the fighters that can even succeed the level that the UFC is putting on with some of their fighters, analysts, and commentators, anybody involved there. YouTubers do it just as well sometimes. Those numbers that we're seeing here, these numbers are not something to ignore. Those viral clips are not just a one-off. This is something that has serious potential. And I know it would never happen, okay? But I would love to see the UFC take on something like this. Octagon actually has something really cool that I love about them, and it's something that I recently learned about. I don't know if it's something new that they just started, but it's really cool. You can actually adjust what you see on your screen as you're watching Octagon's pay-per-view. Like, if you want to see a fighter's corner, no problem. The POV of the ref, the click of a button, and you can customize your screen. The customization is really nice, and I would love it if the UFC could do things like this. Again, I don't really see them ever doing it for commentators, but it would be nice in a perfect world if you could just switch to fighters that you want. If Guru, Bedtime, and Lucas keep this up what they're doing, they're going to be putting in even a bigger stamp on the MMA world. They have something that the pros cannot offer. I should have also mentioned with all this that they can connect with the people through things like super chatting, live streaming, and just having a chat helps all of that in general. Unlike your regular commentary, this feels very community-based. They give commentary that's real, and that's what I personally like about it. They don't have to be neutral. They don't have to just say what they're supposed to say. They can be happy, they can be sad for fighters, and they can criticize things like, for example, they criticized Kevin Holland for potentially faking how hurt he was. It's real commentary from real MMA fans. They're having fun together like any of us would when we have some of the boys over for a fight night. It's almost like kind of a professional IRL watch party, if that makes sense. Regardless, I think this is an excellent start to something special. I also think like getting in someone like AJ too was really cool, and I cannot wait to see what they cook up in the future. I know they said that it's going to be a thing you do every once in a while, and I think that actually might be best, to be honest with you. But as for me in the meantime, I, in time, will make my mark in the not only the MMA space, but in the YouTube space in general. My name eventually will be recognizable, and I would love to be involved with things like this one day, you know, just commentating with whoever, doing some live companions, things like that. In the meantime, I will absolutely enjoy the entertainment that these guys put on because they hit a gold mine with their chemistry. Opportunity is everywhere online, guys, and I'm happy to see people making the most of it. Now, remember when I was just talking about that video where I talked about like all the different issues with MMA and how to fix it? You can check out that video right here, guys. It has been bombing, but I would love for you to watch it right here. I think it's a banger of a video, to be honest with you. Thank you so much for being here, guys. Take care, everybody.